I'm on a live video. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see me. This is not the best setup, but it's gonna have to do. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna just do a short video talking about why my channel is not savable and why it's most likely the reason why yours aren't savable either. Okay, so I know some of y'all are thinking about taking leaps, starting new channels, trying to do something different even with your own channel. And I can tell you right now that there could be a good chance that your channel is not savable. So the leap that you're taking is just pretty much a waste of your time if you're thinking about doing something different um, with your channel. You're trying to try something new, it still could mean that your channel could still be unsavable. So you may just need to go ahead and start a whole new channel. We're going to talk about that in a minute as we wait for more people to come in. Okay. We're going to talk about why your channel, my channel, is unsavable, and most likely yours are too, any of your channels. Okay. The very first thing I'm going to talk about, let me get this on screen here so y'all can have something to see. Woo! Y'all. Okay. While we wait for more people to come in, I got something on the screen for y'all to look at. Okay. So, one of the reasons why your channel may be unsavable, and y'all may not think this is the reason, but it could be that the image, you change your image, and so the algorithm is not supporting you. That when the algorithm first starts to promote you, it's basing it upon the image that you chose and the energy that you're in, as well as the trending subject matters that you're covering. And at some point, the algorithm will try to say, okay, these are the subject matters that I want your channel to focus on. Otherwise, it's not going to be promoted as much. And the longer you don't focus on these subjects, the less I promote your channel till I stop promoting it altogether. So here's the thing. When you have a channel and the algorithm loves it, you have to write down the type of videos you were doing, the subject of those videos, and the image that you used. So for example, when I first started this channel, I normally had my hair, I had my head covered a lot of the time. I can remember wearing hats, hoodies, scarves, and so the algorithm liked the variety of head covers I was using. Also, I was outdoor a lot. I didn't do a lot of indoor videos when I first got started. I'm talking about when I switched to the genre of relationships. Most of my videos were done while I was on a walk. I also noticed that most of my videos were live or uploaded videos, and they were long form. I never did short form. The first year that the algorithm gave me a huge breakthrough and I had a couple viral videos, I never did short form. It was always long form, and most of my videos was done outdoors. When I started popping up some shorts, that's when I noticed my views started to go down. It was slowly but surely. Um, when I started doing more indoor videos with a plain background, my views started going down even more. When I started communicating with negative people in the comments, I noticed that more negative comments would come. Like the bots would just post more negative comments. And believe it or not, if you get a lot of negative comments, even when they come from the bots, the algorithm may not promote your channel as much. Okay? So those are some reasons why how my channel gradually became unsavable. The second thing is being having a genre of spiritualism was way too risky being an African American woman, being as though a lot of people have this mindset that if you know a whole lot as a black woman spiritual, then you are a witch. So what started to happen is I started having people falsely accusing me of being a witch because of how tapped in I was. So I realized that I shouldn't mesh the spiritual niche with the life relationship niche. I needed to stick only doing videos about relationships. I should have switched over to even doing diary entries about my relationships. And that would have kept me in that niche. It would have kept the algorithm pushing this channel. When I was tired of doing general videos about relationships, all I had to do was start sharing relationships that I read about, true stories about different relationships, my own relationship stories, other people's stories that were shared with me. I could have just went right into that and expanded, but still kept the niche of relationships and family. That way I would have never lost the algorithm. I'm trying to help y'all because I know y'all taking leaps. Okay? When I kept updating my wardrobe and giving my members something different to see, like I was wearing outfits that was from like the 1920s and 40s. I was wearing old-fashioned hats. The algorithm actually liked that. It found me to be marketable in a distinctive way. Okay? It was eye-catching. You know, as they say, to be successful and to keep success, you do have to be bold. There's a woman who has a very, very viral channel, and all her videos are from the 40s. Her whole kitchen is set up like the 1940s. She's cooking food from the 1940s. She's dressing like from the... And it's like the algorithm has not stopped promoting this woman's videos. Like she's literally getting 400, 500 views, 500,000 views a video. Okay? Her whole channel is about living old-fashioned and humble. But she sticks with that niche. She doesn't mix any other niche in it. The thing about the algorithm, that the algorithm likes you to have a theme and stick with it. The algorithm don't really like you to have mixed themes. Only way you can do that is if it's a lifestyle channel and lifestyle activities is included in the video. All right, like, oh, I went and ate at 5 different ice cream shops this week. That would be like, oh, lifestyle, which is a good idea. But my point is, you would have to stay in that type of energy. If it's the lifestyle channel, you wouldn't start putting Juru videos up because then it's not really lifestyle. You wouldn't start putting videos just talking about giving relationship advice. That's not really lifestyle. So before you put a video up, you need to check the amount of percentage that video is falling under your channel's theme. Sometimes you think it is when it's not. Sometimes it's just a good idea, but it's not exactly falling in enough percentage under your theme. So the algorithm says, nah, I'm not promoting you because you're not listening to me. I told you what I want you to do, so you do what I say. Okay? Sometimes the algorithm pushes you because you had a certain personality trait that it felt was marketable. And when you stop doing that certain personality trait, the algorithm is like, no, I'm not promoting you no more. Okay? So there's a white guy who has a very viral channel, and he always says funny little snappy little statements in the middle of his videos. And I know that I keep watching for that reason. So I know if I'm doing that, everybody else is watching for that reason. I'm like wondering what snappy little comment he's going to say in this video. It makes me want to keep watching. And the algorithm is keeping track of when the traffic boosts and how long people are watching your video when you're in a certain type of energy. So, for example, if you know that the algorithm is pushing a certain video of yours, you need to look at the analytics and see when the views were rising, and you need to write down why you think the views were rising, and you need to like literally research yourself in that video at that peak, at that climbing of the views. So instead of just looking at like, oh, what editing I did in the video, you need to look at the way you were acting. You need to look at your character, because that's also why people kept watching. Okay. Um Find out one way to get a very quickly, what I found out, a quick how you can get your channel optimized viral, to just keep going viral like this channel was at one point. At one point it was endless viral videos on this channel. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, at one point I literally was making I was making, with the donation through Cash App, I was making a nice big sum of money through this channel. The point that I'm making, even after taxes, I was able one time after taxes in just like 3 months, I was able to put 12, I think 13,000 in my checking account. But what I found is the algorithm wants you to become obsessive about something. So if you don't know how you can go viral on YouTube, nonstop viral, you need to ask yourself, what are you obsessed with in your offline life? It means that you're going to stay consistent when you do it on YouTube, that you're going to give it all you got, that the best of you is going to come out in that video when you're talking about it. You're not going to be trying to hook the algorithm. You're going to be naturally connected to whatever you're obsessing over, so the algorithm is going to find you irresistible. So don't go looking for trending things. You look for the trending thing within the life you're living. I had so much going on with relationships when my mom died, that's why I was putting up video after video after video on this channel related to relationships. That's why I was getting endless downloads. See, you manifest expanded downloads according to what you're obsessing over in your personal life and your private life off YouTube. And if the algorithm thinks that you're never going to run out of gas, then of course it's going to keep promoting you. You want the algorithm to think that you have endless content in that genre. Which means at least you got to put videos up at least 3 days a week. If your channel is unsavable, it's because right when the algorithm was betting on you, putting all its energy into you, you took a break, and it was a break that it did not approve of. You might have been away from your channel too long while it was on a roll. Okay. Um, for example, my daughter, when she was growing up, she was a Lego junkie. Had I known what I know now, I would have started her a YouTube channel, and she would have did Lego videos. And she was really exceptionally good at Lego. At one point she started making Lego cars that had engines to them, and I said, "Well, this is going too far." She started getting family members to buy her little mini engines to go to these Lego cars she was building. Now the thing is, if I would have videotaped my daughter doing those Legos, she got on video, she would probably have had a very successful YouTube channel and been a whole kid on YouTube cashing fat checks. Because she would never get tired of doing Legos. The point that I'm making is if you stop right when the algorithm thinks you're obsessed with it, it's gonna stop promoting you, and basically at some point your channel's not gonna be savable. Okay? So once you're on a roll, you can't stop. You can't switch and put some other video up there that's off topic. You can't do that. As much as you hear other people doing it, if you notice their views start to lower, and then those videos their views start to stay in a certain amount of view range and never get any higher anymore. Never go out of that view range, and they say, I don't know why I can't get over 200,000 views. And it's like, well, you threw up a couple videos that had nothing to do with you were obsessing over. You can literally do any video on YouTube of something you're obsessing over, as long as it's legal and it's not hateful. And it really doesn't care if it's trending. All it cares is that you can stick with it. Like, there's a guy on YouTube, every single video is him eating at different restaurants. Like, oh, I tried the new burger at McDonald's. This guy, all he does is eat at different restaurants. And he makes loads of money off YouTube. The point is, as if you give up in the first 3 months and you leave and then try to come back, your channel's probably going to be unsavable. Okay? You have to be willing to give 9 straight months to YouTube. I know that's wild. Okay? YouTube algorithm is functioning within the Arcadian clock, and is functioning within the moon cycles. Is working with the moon cycles, and is working with the angel number scriptures and what they mean. So if you say, oh, I've been doing this channel for 3 months, I'm leaving, I'm taking a break because I ain't get no viral video, you're leaving right when you're about to have one viral video. Normally within 3 to 6 months, YouTube will say, I'm gonna make one of these videos go viral. If you didn't have one already, within 6 months, normally one goes viral. But the algorithm will wait to call your bluff to see if you're really serious about putting in some work. So sometimes it'll make you wait 3 months before it will let one of your videos go viral. But if you do YouTube for 3 months and then you're gone for like 2 weeks, y'all. The thing is, you haven't even won your subs over. You haven't won their commitment. Just because somebody sub to your channel don't mean that they all in for the long ride. That's not what that means. Normally, people will go in all in long. If you've been going in long, okay? Remember that YouTube channels is no different than wearing clothes. clothes expire if they become your favorite and you wear them a lot. If it hasn't been rusting and you use it a lot, it will expire. Just like your phones, your TV, your computers. So YouTube channels do expire. It's just some people will accept the fact that their YouTube after 3 years is only giving them 15,000 views instead of the usual 200,000. Some people will just settle for that because they already made a whopping $200,000 off of YouTube, so they're cool with those average views. But what if you just accepted that YouTube is signaling to you, hey, your channel's not savable because your obsession has expired? It's gotten so saturated with your obsession, with your channel thing, that the algorithm don't even want to push it no more. So then it's for you to accept, okay, this has expired. So what you do is you had that channel, or you leave only the videos that are abundant. The ones that the algorithm is still pushing a little, you leave those up. All the other videos you had. That way the visitors don't have any option to watch the videos that really aren't marketed much. So you still get your little part-time YouTube check while uploading your new videos to a whole nother channel under a whole different thing. Okay? So if you feel like your channel is unsavable, and you will know within 2 years whether it's savable. Okay? After that 9-month mark, within 16 months of your YouTube being around, you'll be like, okay, this is gradually going down. If you see it's gradually going down and the views are nowhere near, you're only getting 50% of the amount of views you normally get, if your channel's being released. So I can tell you right now, if you're bringing in less than $100, your channel is at high risk of being demonetized and possibly deleted too. So YouTube doesn't see keeping a channel around is only bringing $50 in a month, when it used to bring in $1,000 a month. So you're better off backing up the videos, keeping only the most high view videos on that channel, and then starting a whole new channel under a whole new niche. A niche that's nothing like the channel that you no longer upload to. So you know that your channel is unsavable and YouTube is releasing your channel slowly right before your eyes, and your channel is themed on lipstick. You don't start another channel talking about lip gloss. Okay, because you're still talking about lips. The algorithm has decided it doesn't want to push any more videos by you that has anything to do with lips. So what you do is you start a new YouTube channel that's totally the opposite, that has nothing to do with lips. So it could be scratching lottery tickets on videos every week. I love to play the lottery. I love to go to casinos. You know, that would be totally different than having a lipstick channel. So you can videotape yourself at the casino and letting people watch it, watch you play the casino. Or, hey, I go to poker games 3 days a week. I'm videotaping poker night. I got a hidden audio so everybody can hear everybody play poker and what everybody's saying. Like, I remember at one point I was going to a card game like 3 days a week. And I could have easily set up a spy camera and recorded that card game. Or I could have did a little spy recording. And I swear to goodness, if I would have had a YouTube channel, that YouTube channel would have done really well with some of the recordings I would have got, even on audio. But the point that I'm making, Your money is in your obsession. Your viral YouTube channel is in your obsession. But understand every obsession on YouTube does have an expiration date. And normally it's within 3 years. For example, I think it was 3 years later, Kelly Stamp's channel started becoming less relatable. Because personality traits do get old, and they do get oversaturated. People are shopping for abundant personality traits. So when you're doing YouTube, within 3 years, you got people acting like you on YouTube. So the algorithm is now promoting them and you. So your views is not even as high as they were before. Look how many people was harvesting Kelly Stem's videos, doing her photos, their photos like her, acting like her, and all of that. So her views started to become average. If you have a YouTube channel, you're always talking about drama in your life, I can tell you right now, as soon as you step out of that energy, your channel's not savable. Once you start a YouTube channel all about your personal drama, and that's all you're talking about, like, I cussed my toxic daddy out today, and that's all you talk about. As soon as you go to put up happy videos, cupcake and rainbows, troll girl videos, the algorithm is like, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. So here's my thing. Don't start no YouTube channel if you know the niche you're in is toxic. Because you're going to get tired of that. You're going to want to take more breaks. And the algorithm is going to find you unreliable like an employer would. You know how even when your 9-to-5 job gets toxic, the employer don't want you to keep calling off, no matter how toxic it gets. So my thing is, I didn't know this. Okay, I was doing videos talking a lot about the toxicity in a relationship world, and it started to give me toxicity fatigue. And so I started taking days off of YouTube, and the algorithm started crashing my views for that. My thing is, you can't even really take a long break off YouTube unless you have a lot of subs. Not 30,000. It need to be like 200, 300,000 subs at least. Or when you come back, you're going to see those views is struggling like hell. Hi, everybody. If this is helping you, please let me know. Can somebody say something in the comment section? If this is helping you with your channel, let me know. Now, this is something I didn't do when I first started my YouTube channel, and I didn't know that I was going to hit the wall eventually. I was going to hit the wall sooner than I thought. I never planned the subjects of my videos 6 months in advance. I was just winging it. I really never thought I would ever run out of content. I really thought that it was just going to always come to me every day. And then I started having days where I felt like I was working extra hard to come up with some content. And that was causing delays. I was missing YouTube marketing peak times. The windows to have viral videos, those time of days I was missing. And I started putting up videos too late. When the YouTube algorithm was done heavy promoting. It wasn't promoting as much, and yet I was putting a video up. So what I learned is you need to have a pantry of YouTube video subjects ready for at least 30 days. So every first of the month, you should have at least, I would say, at least 36 video topics. I know that sounds like a lot. You can have 3 categories under the same niche, and then you can have 15 videos under each category. That will fill up your month where you're putting up a video 3 days a week for a month. Okay? If you don't do it that way, I'm telling you no lie, by the end of that week, by the last week of the month, you're going to be like, woo, I got to think of something to put up. Now, unless you have a really active celebrity type life, then you may always find content. If you're like if you have a if your YouTube is a social thing, then you're probably going to always have content. Like, oh, I had a conversation with my neighbor today about Trump. I recorded it. And and that's your theme, and you're constantly talking to people. You may always have content because it's kind of like investigative research channel. But if you're counting on just downloads coming to you, you more likely is going to hit a wall with that at some point in the month. And then you're going to be trying to expand on a previous download just to get a video up in that last week of the month, so you don't lose the algorithm promoting your channel, so the algorithm don't drop you. Now, here's the thing. There are certain things you have to be really good at in order for the algorithm not to drop you. So don't start channels with niches that you're average at. And that's just the truth. If you're an average writer, you wouldn't start a lifestyle channel about your writing life, because people are going to want you to live up to you living the writer's life. They're going to want to read quality literature, high quality literature. And if you keep posting that, then at some point the algorithm is going to be like, I'm not promoting you at all, because you're not really a real writer. You're talking about writing, you're teaching writing, but you're saying you're a writer, you're not sharing your writing. You have to be very careful about what niche you choose for a YouTube channel, because it does determine what you will master and what you won't. YouTube is a metaphysical world where you manifest. And if you are saying, I'm going to teach this, but I'm not going to create it, and you keep putting up videos where you're teaching it, you might as well get used to not being able to create it. For example, if you're always putting videos up where you're like teaching people how to do watercolor art, when you're not doing videos on YouTube, you're going to find that just sitting down to do watercolor art, it's a struggle, because you're used to taking the teacher approach and you're used to having YouTube as your purpose. So if you're going to start a YouTube channel to teach anything, I highly recommend that it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with anything that you're planning to become a master at creating. This is why I stopped teaching writing on this channel. I noticed that I started only talking about writing, and I wasn't doing as much writing as I once were before I started teaching it. And yeah, at some point, the little bit of money that was coming through, it was good, but it wasn't as good as getting some writing done. So I'm just keeping it real. Ed Sheeran talks about how when he started producing songs simply for an audience and for money, when it was all about him producing stuff to sell, all of a sudden he couldn't produce. He started struggling with producing. And the same thing happened to Hemingway. And at some point, I think it started to happen to Charles Bukowski. He lost so much work because he was chasing that money that his publisher was giving him. He ended up not being organized. And he even stopped editing his work. But the point I'm saying, if you're going to start a new YouTube channel, actually make it something that is genuinely just a hobby. That way, if suddenly you can't do it because you're depleted of doing it on YouTube, it's not a loss. You know, if you feel like doing your YouTube channel wore it out of you, you're okay with it because you're like, oh, it's just a hobby, so I'm good. Um, so I help y'all out. I got another video talking about this. I'm gonna make this a members only video. And with this being said, y'all, even after talking to my family, I'm going to take a break, and when I come back to this channel, it's going to be such a small amount of videos visible, and it's going to be the videos that y'all are watching a lot. So whatever videos I see y'all watching a lot, them is the only videos that's going to be viewable. And the videos that y'all are watching a lot on my channel are the videos that have to do with spell work and relationships. So I'm going to just leave those up. All other videos are going to be either available to members or they're going to be taken down. One thing I found out is that the sooner you take videos down that the YouTube ain't promoting, the more likely you're able to save your channel. So hiding them is not enough. You have to take those videos down that are an anchor on your channel, that's anchoring your channel. All right, if y'all enjoyed this video, feel free to let me know. If you'd like to send a donation, you can send a donation to my Cash App at #Coach B Hunter. I will be sending the link to this video to certain people for them to rewatch it. I'll end up doing a part 2 of this video tomorrow, since I know a lot of people are taking leaps, trying something new, doing something new, and I just want to make sure that everybody gets some help from someone who is actually giving up on one of their channels that at one point was very abundant. I'm giving up on this channel now. I gave up. But I told y'all why, and I told y'all what I should have done. But there is a part 2 I'm going to do tomorrow. I hope I see y'all in that morning video. Bye, everybody. If you want to send a donation to my PayPal, my information is posted in the community news. Thank you for your donations. Bye.